Okay, so did you completed the practicals? Logs? Yes? How about everyone? Did you complete it? Yes, no, or in progress? So, WIP, work in progress. Okay, so today what we're going to discuss is Beanstalk. Yes. So, let me share my screen. Guys, can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? Okay, so we have went deep into EC2, and then we have seen light sail also. And let's see today elastic beanstalk. So generally, whenever I ask about what is elastic beanstalk, what is the single line that you say? Yes, it is a easy and quick deployment of applications in AWS, correct? Remember in our starting platform as a service, we discussed this. The first two services that we heard initially, one is EC2, another is Beanstalk. Remember? Guys, in platform as a service, do we have any control on the servers generally? No, we don't have any control on the servers. But whereas in Beanstalk, what is the backbone of Beanstalk? Backbone of Beanstalk. EC2 only, correct? So backbone of Beanstalk is EC2. That meaning if you go to Beanstalk and do some work, what the Beanstalk will launch? It will launch EC2 instance in the backend. Okay. So, and also this is like a platform as a service. What is that? One educational website having 1 lakh registered users already. In peak days, 5 lakh user will register. What configuration should suggest? Monthly cost. What is that about? What configuration? So that is not clear at all. That is okay. There is a question from Priyanshu saying that there is one website which they are registering 1 lakh people, and in peak days they are getting 5 lakhs registrations. What configuration should suggest? We need to know whether they are using EC2 or we need to know what kind of infrastructure they are using, number one. And then are they using auto scaling? Go with the auto scaling, no? If they are going for the EC2, yes or no? In the peak stage, that is the concept of auto scaling we have learned. On the peak stage, go with the good configuration and then go with the auto scaling. So on the peak stage, automatically the auto scaling will go and scale out the EC2 instances and you can easily handle the load. That is to answer you. So elastic beanstalk. If someone asks you what is elastic beanstalk, what do you say? Elastic beanstalk is used for easy and quick deployment of applications in AWS. Can we say this? Yes or no? Okay. Do you remember, can we say this is like a platform as service? What are we responsible in platform as service? Application plus data. Remember, what is the backbone of Beanstalk? Backbone of Beanstalk is it? And also Beanstalk is free, guys. Beanstalk is free. The service itself is free, but whatever the resources that Beanstalk is launching in the backend, that will be charged. That will be charged. So Beanstalk service is free, but in the backend, whatever the EC2 instance that we launch, whatever the resources that we launch, that will be charged. But Beanstalk itself is free. Okay, let me take a real-time scenario. Okay, ma. So there is a customer here. Sashi, huh? We have Sashi customer. Okay. So Shashi is a client and he has application in his hands. Listen this carefully. Application, nothing but it has data also, correct? Application and data. And assume that application is developed in your Java or .NET or Python, etc. Okay. And let's say this guy has a zip file with him. This guy has a zip file with him. So Shashi has an application, a zip file with him, and he want to host this application on AWS. Generally, in which services that generally you host the applications? Which service? You have application in your hands. Okay. Generally, in which service do you go and host your applications? There are two ways. One is EC2 and another one is Beanstalk. Yes or no? One is EC2, another one is Beanstalk. In EC2, you go and launch EC2 instance, you go and deploy it, you go and set up load balancer, you go and do everything by yourself. That is on EC2. Whereas in Beanstalk, do we need to go and launch, do manually? No. What we need to give to the Beanstalk is just the configurations. What you need to give? So in Beanstalk, you just need to give the configurations. This is Elastic Beanstalk. In Beanstalk, what you need to do? You need to give only configurations. In Beanstalk, you need to give configurations. So what kind of configurations? Guys, I told you, you need to give just a zip file to the Beanstalk. Everything will be done by the Beanstalk itself, correct? You need to give the zip file to the Beanstalk. Everything will be done by the Beanstalk. So what kind of configuration we need to give to the Beanstalk? Babu, which VPC it should use, which subnet it should use, what is the key pair it should use, what is the instance type it should use, and what is the tags. Generally, while launching the EC2 instance, we have those 7 steps, no? So all the 7-step information, we will give it to the Beanstalk because Beanstalk will be going and launching the EC2 instance automatically, correct? So we need to give the configurations to the Beanstalk. So what kind of configurations that we need to give to the Beanstalk? Tell me. You need to give the VPC information. We need to give which AMI it use. While launching the EC2 instance, what do we give? Tell me. You the security group details, key pair details, tags details, and you need auto scaling group or not, you need load balance or not, etc. So all this information you need to give to the Beanstalk. Once you give all this information to the Beanstalk, this Beanstalk will go and launch the EC2 instance. And automatically, whatever the zip file that the customer, that meaning Shashi is giving, Beanstalk will take that zip file and it will launch the EC2 instance. It will go and deploy the application to the EC2 instance automatically. You getting it? Right? So, yes, volume details and all. So now from here, Beanstalk has, we have something called deployment modes. What is that? Deployment modes. So we have multiple deployment modes. Yeah. So we have something called here deployment modes. In other words, we call it as presets. What is that? Preset. What is it called, everyone? Preset. So there are multiple preset. The first preset, one of the preset is single EC2 instance preset. And then here we call it as high availability preset. So mainly we have 2 types of presets. What are those? Single EC2 instance preset and high availability preset. So you are telling to the Beanstalk, Beanstalk, use all this information. And you need to select which preset that you need to use. If you select single EC2 instance, what will happen? How many EC2 instances that Beanstalk will launch? Only one. So Beanstalk will go and launch. If you select single EC2 instance, it will launch only one EC2 instance. Okay, this is EC2, and automatically it will put your application inside the EC2. Correct? Yes. Okay. Whatever the zip file that you have provided, it will copy into it and automatically it will deploy the application onto the EC2 instance. That is single EC2 instance preset. What is that? Single EC2 instance preset. And how many EC2 instances that it launch? Only one. But do you agree that this one EC2 instance is good for your production environment? It's not good. So single EC2 instance is not good for your production environment. And remember, we have pricing models we learned in EC2 starting days, on-demand, spot, and all. So here it will ask, hey, do you go for on-demand or you go for the spot? Generally, which one? We'll go for the on-demand. So this is good for your demo. If we only one is inside, we can't use auto scale. Correct. Because that is single EC2 instance preset. If you have only one EC2 instance, can you use auto scaling and all? No. So if you need to, if you want to go for high availability, then go for the high availability preset. In this high availability, guys, you can go and set up. You don't need to do anything. You just need to tell to Beanstalk, hey Beanstalk, I need load balancer. I need auto scaling group. Give the configuration and automatically it will go and do everything. So if you need to have a high availability preset, give the load balancer details, what kind of load balancer that you need, and then how many EC2 instances, minimum, maximum details you give it, and automatically it will go and do everything for you. Do you need to do it manually? No, just give the information. And you tell you need ALB, and these are all the EC2 instances that will automatically AWS, Beanstalk will put the application inside it. See? So which preset, if you select, you will get all these things. High availability preset. And you can also tell that you can have auto scaling group on top of it. So if you need to have a, okay, now you tell me which preset would you suggest for a production environment? High availability preset. Do you need to go create load balancer and do everything by yourself? No. Who will do it? Beanstalk will do it. Getting it? So this is good for your production environment. Okay. And there is one more preset which is called custom preset. What is that? Custom preset meaning, guys, custom preset meaning, generally, if you go and select single EC2 instance high availability, it will create its own security group. It will do everything by its own. But if you want to have your own VPC, if you want to have your own security group, if you want to have your own key pair, if you want to have your own stuff, if you select your own related things, then which preset will go it for? Custom preset. If you want to go by defaults, it will be single EC2 instance or high availability. But if you're going for your own configuration, then it will be custom preset. Is it clear? Guys, everyone, is it clear? And while configuring the Beanstalk, you need to select the platform, which is very important. You need to select the platform. What are the platform that Beanstalk will? It will give Tomcat. It will give Node.js. It will give Python. It will give Go application. It will give Docker. It will give .NET. So many platforms it will give you. So based on your application, let's say your application is developed in Java. So which platform you need to select here? Tomcat. And you have your Python application. Which platform? Python platform you need to select. So give the information to the Beanstalk and it will do everything by itself. Is it clear? The overview of the Beanstalk, how it works. Okay. Online, is it clear, everyone? Any questions? Okay. So now let's see what is the architecture of Beanstalk. What is the architecture of Beanstalk? Let's see architecture. How do we go and set it up? Elastic Beanstalk architecture. Elastic Beanstalk architecture. So if you go to a Beanstalk, the first thing that you have to create, the first thing you should be creating is, okay, if you go to EC2 service, you go and create EC2 instance. If you go to S3, what do you create? You create the buckets. If you go to Beanstalk, the first thing that you need to create is application. What is that? Application. So the first thing what you need to create, everyone, application you need to create. So you give some name for the application. Give me some name. Yeah, some name, application name is there. Okay. You just click on create application. Inside the application, you have something called environments. What is that? What do you call? What do you have? Environments. First, what do you create? Application. After that, what do you create? Environment. And inside the environment, you have your EC2 instance with your website. Okay, this is the EC2 instance, and inside you have the application. So once you create the environment, once you go and deploy the EC2 instance and application here, and then it will give you something called how do you access your website using environment URL. What is that? Environment URL. So what is the first thing that you need to create? Application you need to create. Inside the application, what do you create? Environment create. Inside the environment, what do you have? Your EC2 instance, which is holding your application. This is the architecture, how it works. And how do you access your application? What URL is that? Environment URL. Got it? So you have one application, inside that you have environment. Can we have multiple environments? Yes, I can have multiple environments also. Can I have multiple environments here? Yes. Let's say your application name is HR. Can I have this as a salary module? And this is admin module. Can I have like this? You're getting it? So how many EC2 instances are there in the environment? Only one. So this is, can I say single EC2 instance deployment preset? Yes or no? This is all having single EC2 instance deployment preset. So in this one environment, we'll have how many EC2 instance? One EC2 instance. So similarly, can you select here? I have selected single EC2 instance deployment. That is why I have single EC2 instance in one environment. Can I go and select high availability also? Yes. So can I go and create one more application? Yes, see here. I can go and create one more application. And then this time inside the environment, inside the application, what do you have? So I'll write here, this is the application. Inside the application, you have environment. That's the environment. The environment. And if I go with the high availability preset, guys, this is high availability preset. If you go for high availability preset, so you have the load balancer inside it. Yes, you have the load balancer and you have the EC2 instances. You just need to give the information to the Beanstalk and everything will be done automatically by the Beanstalk. So this is ALB and this is the application. You have it inside. If required, can you have auto scaling also on top of it? Yes. So this is high availability. Can I have multiple environments like this in one single application? Yes. Like this. Clear? The architecture, how the Elastic Beanstalk is built. Any questions? Do you understood? And how do you access the environment? Using environment URL. Okay. Okay. So now this app count is based on what is app count? Number of EC2 instance, huh? You mean? Yeah, that is depend upon your auto scaling only, right? Yes. Okay. So now, guys, let's say developers, let's say it has version 1 application. Which one? Version 1 application. And developers will develop the latest version, no? Which can I call it as version 2? Okay. So here, developer has developed, and that is called latest version 2.zip file is there. Now, developer gave you the zip file and as a AWS engineer, they told that, hey, I have the latest application. Please go and deploy it. So in our environment, we have version 1. So can you tell me, how do you go and deploy this? Will you go and log into each and every EC2 instance and go and deploy? No way. Who is handling these EC2 instances? Who is handling this EC2 instance? Beanstalk. Will you go and log into the EC2 instance and then deploy version 2? Who will be deploying? Beanstalk itself will deploy. Beanstalk itself will deploy. For that reason, so here we have something called deployment methods or policy. Deployment method or deployment policy. So Beanstalk is giving you different types of deployment policies or methods. Number 1, we call it as all at once. What is that? All at once. If you go with all at once, deployment policy, Beanstalk will ask, the environment will ask, Babu, give me the zip file, latest zip file. It will take it. And it will ask which type of deployment policy that you need. If you select all at once, what will happen is this Beanstalk will go and deploy in all the EC2 instances at once. Let's say you have 3 EC2 instances. How many? 3. And will it go one by one, or it will go and deploy everything in one shot? Everything in one shot, all at once. It will go and log into the all 3 EC2 instances and it will go and deploy version 2. So if you're doing like this, do you have a downtime? Yes. You have, because all at once, no. All EC2 instances will go off and on. So you have a downtime. Do you have any extra cost? No extra cost. So is it launching any new EC2 instances? No. You understood what is all at once? Everything in one shot. How many? If you have 10 EC2 instances, all 10 EC2 instances will go and update to version 2. And then you have rolling. What is that? Rolling. Rolling meaning one by one. Simple. Rolling meaning one by one. So do we have downtime here? No downtime. Any extra cost? No extra cost. And then here, rolling with additional batches. Rolling with additional batches. So here also, rolling with additional batches meaning you will give batch wise, set. First to 2, next to 2, next to 3, like this. So you go with the batch wise. You go with the batch wise. So this is rolling with additional batches. Do you have any downtime here? No downtime. Do you have any extra cost? No extra cost. because I'm not launching any new EC2 instances. And then we have something called immutable. What is that? Listen this carefully. Immutable. Immutable meaning, let's say you have auto scaling running. You have auto scaling group. Let's say in auto scaling group, we have 3 EC2 instances. Okay. If you go for immutable and ask Beanstalk to deploy a new application, what will it do? What will it do? It will create a temporary auto scaling group. What does it do? It will create a temporary auto scaling group. And then version 2 will be deployed into this temporary auto scaling group. Version 2 will be deployed in where? In temporary auto scaling. Once that is installed properly, then this new EC2 instance will be moved to the current auto scaling group. The new EC2 instance will be moved to the current auto scaling group. That meaning the working auto scaling group. And then the temporary auto scaling group will be deleted. You got this? So immutable meaning, do you have any downtime here? No downtime, but do you have an extra cost? Yes, you have extra cost. And also guys, sorry for this, and rolling with additional batches also, it has a extra cost because first it will test by launching a couple of EC2 instances, whether it is working properly or not. Okay, quickly, I'll show you in representative format. If you, so material, I didn't transfer into this. I should transfer. Okay. I'll repeat it. Hold on. Is the elastic Beanstalk? No, it's not there. Okay, that's fine. So, do you see this here, guys? Let's say you have 3 EC2 instances. Array, hold on, why? How we create environment? That is the lab, no? That we'll do, Mishra. We'll do it. Okay, just hold on. Let me complete this. Okay, see here, we have the load balancer. We have the load balancer with the EC2 instances. And this is in auto scaling group. Yes or no? In this case, if you go for immutable, what will happen is it will first create a temporary auto scaling group. And then Beanstalk will go and launch where? Here, it will go and launch here. With version 1 or version 2? With version 2, it will go and launch. So now what will happen is once everything is perfectly done, perfectly updated, then what it does, this will get migrated into this auto scaling group. All will get migrated into this auto scaling group. And what will happen to this EC2 instances? These will get terminated. So this is called immutable. You understood now, everyone? Clear? Clear? One by one, you can migrate it. And also, latestly, AWS came up with something called traffic splitting. Traffic splitting. So traffic splitting also is one of the recently came. you split the traffic to different EC2 instances and make it no traffic for one EC2 instance and update that and then do one by one. So that is recently came up. So, but do you all understood the different types of deployment policies we have in AWS, in Beanstalk? Everyone, is this clear till here? All at once, rolling with additional batches, immutable and traffic splitting. Is it clear? Online, is it clear? Okay. Super. And Beanstalk is providing these many deployment options. But as a experienced people, as a real-time people, generally they don't follow this. They have their own style. Experienced people have their own style of updating the application. Should we learn that? Huh? Okay. So this is an additional thing that I'm giving for you. Okay. The another style here is, we call it as blue-green deployment model. What is that? Blue-green. Why only blue, sir? Why only green? The name is blue-green deployment model. So blue-green deployment model is, we'll do like this. See here. First, what is this? Excellent. What is this? Application. So this is the application. What does the application contain? Environment. So this is the environment. Okay. This is the environment. What does the environment contain? EC2 instance. I'll go and launch the EC2. So can you go with a single preset or you can go with the high availability? As I don't have space, I am going with the single EC2. So this is the EC2 instance. And what does the EC2 instance contain? Or application inside it. Okay, now? And how do you access it? Using environment URL. Fantastic. Perfect. This is how we have it. And then we have our customer here. We have our customer. And customer is accessing this URL, correct? Yes or no? Customer will be accessing and this URL is nasty URL. That Beanstalk URL is a nasty URL. So how do you do the makeup? In Route 53, you do the makeup. So here we have the customer is using the environment URL. Okay. So guys, now I'm taking a real-time scenario. See, now developers has decided that, let's say, for example, this is working on Tomcat, which the environment is, what platform is? Tomcat platform, it is working. Okay. So your application is working on Tomcat. Now developers have decided that we need to give a new experience, new application to the customer. So they are not changing the application. They are bloody changing the complete platform itself, which is a very big update. Yes or no? Changing the platform is not easy. Okay. So generally developers, what they do, you have version 1 application, they will develop some features on it and they'll release version 2 and you go and update that application. But this time what developers has thought is to change the complete platform itself. Is it a small update or big update? A very big update. But customer here, the problem here is customer should never face the downtime. See, customer should never face the downtime. It's a big thing, correct? So how do you do this? How do we do this? So now what we do is, guys, so now, anyways, AWS, our Beanstalk has deployment methods, no? Deployment policies are there. Deployment policy. What are the deployment policies we have? Number 1 is all at once. Tell me, rolling, or should be rolling and then Rolling with additional batches. Immutable. Travel splitting. So you have these many deployment methods. See, all at once meaning it will go and hit this environment only, no? Rolling meaning it will go and hit this environment only, no? So all these deployment options that you have are hitting the environment, the same environment which is used by the customer, Is it recommended to go and touch the customer environment? No. So what we're going to do this here, guys? So we have problem in touching this environment. Can anyone stop us not to create a new environment? What we do? Can we go and create a new environment? Yes, we go and create a new one. And now they want to change the platform from Tomcat to Python completely. Can we go and create an environment with Python? Is there any effect with the customer? No effect. I can go and say go and launch the EC2 instance. Okay. And then I put my which application? Version 2 application. Yes or no? Application version 2. I put it neatly. Say I'll do it. And this is also a environment. And this also having environment URL. Is there any risk on doing this? No risk. It is a parallel another environment. I'm doing it. Parallel another environment. Now the question here is, customer should be using now first environment or second environment? He should use the second environment. And how to make that happen is simply, guys, in Beanstalk is providing a very good option, which is called swap URL. What is that called? Swap URL. So swap URL meaning what will happen? This environment URL will be swapped to this environment, and this will be swapped with this environment. What is this called? Swap URL. Once you swap it, for customer, the URL should change. Customer should not change the URL, but whenever he accesses this, it will go to this environment. Within a blink of eye, he will have a new application with completely platform change. Do you all understand? So the existing one, this one, we call it as blue environment. Okay, the actual, right? This is the actual one. And the right side one, the one which you're creating a new is called green environment, which is a new. So by doing like this, can you easily set up a new application without any downtime? Is there any effect on my existing environment? No. Do you all understand? This is called blue-green deployment model. What is this? Blue-green deployment model. What do you want me to repeat, Mishra? Guys, everyone understood what is this blue-green deployment? Okay, which point do you want me to repeat? Are you asking me to repeat the whole thing? Or which point? Okay, in nutshell, summary. When policies will come? In blue-green deployment, do we have any policies? Policies will come? No, policies will not come. You are not using the policies, because the policy will touch the current environment of the customer, which we don't want to do that, because just in case if something went wrong, customer will get impacted. So that's why we are creating a new environments. Yes. And by the way, obviously extra cost, obviously. Okay. How we can change the URL to the customer? For customer, URL should change. Facebook.com, the URL should be there like that only. Remember in olden days, we have this Facebook.com old console, old Facebook. And then you get a new Facebook now. Look and feel. So Facebook.com link got changed? No. but our entire application got changed, right? Yeah. So we will be redirecting to the new environment. Don't worry, we'll see. Yeah, Arpita, it should not be on the code level. On the configuration level, we can do it on the Beanstalk itself. And by the way, this is not provided by the Beanstalk. We have to do it manually. Okay. I think everyone are very curious and interested to do the practicals. Should we go and jump on the practicals? Okay. And by the way, should we do this one blue green deployment? Should we do this blue green deployment? Okay, sure. Okay. So let's go ahead and then do this blue green deployment, guys. Let's take a sample application. AWS itself will provide the sample application. So, okay, your actual environment one has which platform? Your actual environment has which platform? Tomcat platform. And the new environment will be Python. Should we use the same concept and do the practicals? Super. Let's do. Meanwhile, please ask if you have any questions. Password is not visible. Anvesh. Okay. Okay, Seema, please watch this carefully. Okay. So where should we go? You can use this concept anywhere, Ali. So generally we use in Beanstalk, but you can use it anywhere, no issues. Okay, so I told you, if you go to Beanstalk is regional or global? Until I say it is regional. Until I say it is regional. And maximum services are regional, but few services are only global. Okay, so what we need to create in Beanstalk application. Do you see this here? No, you have nothing you have it except create application. Okay, let's go in. And Beanstalk is free or charge? Free. See, there is no additional charge for Elastic Beanstalk, but whatever the resources that Beanstalk is creating in the backend, that will be charged. What is the resources that it is creating in the backend? EC2. But how many hours are free for us? So that means it's free only for us. Beanstalk is completely free. Should we go and create application? Create application. Okay, listen this carefully. We have two types of environments. One is a web server environment, worker environment. Web server meaning where you generally go and put your application, websites. Worker environments meaning where you can go and do processes, so our longer workload, schedulings and all. So which one we should be using, web server or worker? Web server. Select the web server environment. What is the application name? Should we give 6 p.m. App like this? Demo? Give some, okay? So 6 p.m. app demo, okay? 6 p.m. app demo. That is the whole application name. And inside the application, what we have? Environment. So should we go and create an environment? Okay. So this environment is in which platform? Tomcat. Should we go and just give the name? Tomcat env, just to verify. Just to know. Okay. Tomcat. Okay. So just copy and paste it here. Check availability. So this URL this is my URL. This will be my URL. This is the URL which is used by the customer. Okay. Now, come down. Platform. Which is the platform that we need to choose here? Tomcat. Do you see? It provides .NET, Docker, Go, Java, Node.js, PHP, which one we need to select, ma? Tomcat. Is it mandatory that I need to select the Tomcat? No, depend upon the application, correct? If application is developed in Java, select Tomcat. If your application developed in Python, select Python. But I'm thinking our application developed in Java. That's why I've selected Python. I mean, Tomcat. So here, platform branch is Tomcat 10. That's fine. It will on the Amazon Linux and version is 5. Okay. So this is the place where we need to upload our application. Generally, your developers will give the zip file to you, correct? Who will be developing the application? Developers only, right? Developers will give the application. But here, if you have application with you, upload your code. Okay, local file. Choose and upload the zip file. Do we have a code with us now? So should I use a sample application? I'll go to the sample application. But developers, this is for you, especially. If you know how to develop a small application, upload your code here. Okay, I'm going with the sample application. Very good. Just now we learned presets. Single instance preset, high availability preset, and custom preset. So which one is free tier eligible for us? Single. So I told you whether you can go with the spot or you can go with the on demand. So you tell me single EC2 instance, should we go for single instance or which is on demand? And second one is single instance with spot. And you have high availability with spot and custom. Which one? Let's go with the single instance. Let's go with the single instance. Okay. You all understood? Step 1. Everyone, step 1 understood? I told you, Beanstalk is all about configuration only. Beanstalk is all about configuration. Is it clear? Everyone, CC. Step 1. Nice. Very good. Aram says smooth as butter. Huh? Slowly. So now click on next. So if you go for a high availability, nothing will happen. But what you'll get here additionally? Load balancers you will get. If you go for single instance, one EC2 instance you will get. If you go for high availability, load balancer, auto scaling groups, everything will come. I'll show you. Okay. And if you go for custom configuration, your own details you need to give. Okay, let's go with a single instance. I click on next. Service role. So we need to attach a role, but you no need to create any role, right? Many people creating is so use existing role. There is already a role. If you don't see any role, create and use a new role. Select this. Ask Beanstalk will create a role automatically for you. But as I have already my role, use an existing service role. So guys, this role is not created by me. Automatically Beanstalk will create. Okay, select that. Key pair, which is a key pair we need to select 6 p.m. batch. Okay, now. Instance profile, the same role will be available here. Is it clear? Step 2. Clear? Nice. Don't skip to review. Let's go one by one and learn. Let's click on next. So here, generally, if you select all these things, your VPC, your subnets, if you select all these things, generally it will go to which preset? Custom preset it will go. Okay. So let's say if you want to create in default VPC. So generally, here we have, do you assign public IP address to your EC2 instances, which is launched by the Beanstalk? No, don't do it, because remember, you should not assign public IP address to the EC2 instance, because EC2 instances should be always private. Don't assign public. And which subnets we need to select? 1A, 1B. Select it. Do we have any databases? Databases meaning which service? RDS. You need to select RDS. But have we learned about RDS yet? No. So if you have any RDS databases, you can enable the database. If you enable it, it will fetch from RDS directly. But do we have any databases there? No. So I'm not setting up any database. Disable it. If you have a database, you need to go and select a subnet. Otherwise, no need. Is it clear, guys, everyone? Step number 3, you have selected a VPC and you have selected 1A, 1B and no databases. Okay, now click on next. And here, root volume. Generally, automatically you get a root volume, no? How much size that you get automatically for Linux? 8 GB to 10 GB will get 8 or 10 GB. So it is by default, how much it is giving here? 8 GB you're getting it. But if you tell you want more, go with the GP2, GP3, whichever you want, you select it and give the size. Otherwise, are we putting any more application inside a big application? No. So now we'll just leave it default. Which is the security group we select? Okay. Do we need any auto scaling group? No. So we are going with the single instance. If you go for the load balancer, then you need to select everything. So rest everything, keep it default. Is it clear? Step number 4. So basically don't do anything, just select the security. Here we are selecting our own security group. That meaning the preset might have changed from single instance to custom preset. If you don't select any security group, automatically it will create. Okay. Do you all understood what are the things that I'm selecting it? Okay. Now click on next. So reporting, health reports, guys, monitoring related. Do you want basic or enhanced? Basic is fine. Okay. So I'm not enabling any this thing. And managed platform updates. Guys, this platform is completely managed by Beanstalk. That means AWS only. So if there are any updates are happening, who will do the updates? AWS will do the updates. And you are telling to AWS asking, Babu, I want to do the updates on your platform. Which time I should do? So if you want to set up your time, you can take the time. Otherwise, I don't want any updates. Email notification, SNS, no? You can give the email here for notification. And here, rolling updates and deployments. We have selected single EC2 instance, no? In that single EC2 instance, meaning, will it all at once only, no? Do we have immutable there? Do we have rolling there? No, we have only one EC2 instance, that meaning all at once is fine. But you have selected load balancer, then you will get immutable, rolling with updates, all options, you will get it here. So we don't want to select anything here. Okay, we don't want to select anything here. Leave everything default. And here you have environment properties. So developers, you know, environment variables. So JDBC connection string, do you see? You can set up some environment property variables here. So if you set up a JDBC connection string, this connection string will be used inside your application. So as we don't have any nothing, so let's click on next. Is it clear on this? Step number 5, go with the basic and rest everything, just leave default. Okay. Click on next. Developers know this. That is database connection, Mishra. Guys, review. And then go ahead and click on submit. So if I click on submit, what will happen? An application will get created and with the environment. It's what platform? Tomcat platform. Should click on submit. So everything will be automatically done by Beanstalk. So we have just given the configuration. Let's see them. Let's watch. So what is the URL? You see the URL here. What is this URL called? Environment URL. So health is unknown. So it is getting created. Okay. Do you see this events? One by one, environment is starting. It is creating some security group. It is creating some S3 bucket to put some environment data. It is creating, Beanstalk is creating S3 bucket. Why? It want to store some data there. Okay. So let's wait. It is in health is gray. It should become green. Let's wait. So if I go and refresh, it's still gray. See, everything is out. See, it has created one EC2 instance and it is launching. So guys, if I go to EC2, how many instances should I see there? One, right? Let's see. Because Beanstalk is launching the EC2 instance in the backend. So if I go here, I should be able to see one EC2 instance running. Do you see that? This is launched by whom? Beanstalk. Yes, you can change. That is from Route 53, Gopi. Do you see this, guys? Now it is green. It's in green color. So my domain is this. So if I open this, so we are using what it says, site can be reached. That we are using which security group? Default security group. Generally, it will create its own security group, correct? So let's go to, because I have selected my own stuff, right? So let's go to, let's see what do we have any HTTP here. Okay. HTTP is there, no? So the problem is we have selected our own configurations. So the environment is correct. So what we're gonna do is no. Actually, we should not select those subnets and all. Oh, this URL is not working. For you, it's working. Really? For me, why it's not working? Yes, you can. You can, but that should not be the case. We should work on. So this is how you should get it, guys. But it should work from from here. But why it is not working from here? Okay, can you guys access this? Click on the URL. It will tell me it's working or not for you. It's working. Why the hell it is not working for me? Okay. Maybe some network issue in because I am in Naresh IT. Okay. Anyways, that's fine. For you, it's working now. The URL is working, guys. I don't know, offline people. So for us, somehow it's not working, but for everyone, it's working. Maybe our CPU, some network issue here. Okay, see here. So now, carefully see here, guys. So what is the application that we have created? 6 p.m. demo Tomcat. Inside this, okay, so do you see on the left side, we have application. 6 p.m. app demo is the application. If you select that, what are the actions that you have? Can you create an environment inside that application? Yes. What is the environment that we have created already? 6 p.m. demo Tomcat env, and which is working. So now, can you delete the application? Yes. View application versions. Guys, you might be updating multiple versions, no? So you can see all the versions here if you have updated multiple times. And restore terminated environment. Suppose you went and terminated the environment. Can you restore it? You come here, click on restore terminated environment, it'll get restored. So I go inside it. How many environments I have now? One, which is Tomcat. Is it working? It is working. It is working. Now, this part is done. And customers meaning you are all guys trying to access the URL and it is working. Okay. Now, what you need to do is, let's create a new environment. Guys, for everyone, this is the URL. This is the, gosh, it should work in my environment also here. I don't know why. Maybe it is not connected to the DNS or what. DNS request timeout. Okay, no problem. This is how the application is. For everyone, you can able to see this, no? In your with this URL. Okay, good. Now, the URL should not change. This 6 p.m. demo, whatever the URL that you guys are using, that URL should not change, but my application should get changed now. You all understand? The URL that you guys are able to open, that URL should not change, but on the bottom, application should change. For that, what we need to do? Create a new environment. Should we go and create a new environment now? Let's go and click on create new environment. Web server, web server. And this time, environment name, which one? Should I use Python? Okay. Check availability. Which is a platform that I should use? Python. So should we go with the sample application? Yes. Should we go the single instance? Yes. Click on next. Should I need to change anything here? No. If you want key pair, select the key pair. Otherwise, no. But if you select this key pair like this, if I go to previous, see, it might have changed to custom. Or not changed. That's fine. Okay. Okay, select, click on next. Generally here, I should not select the VPC and all. If I need to skip this part, that's the reason why it not work, but that's fine. Let's go and select VPC and then 1A and 1B. Okay. 1A, 1B. Select this. Click on next. Do I need to change anything here? So I'll go with the default security group, or else, okay, I'll go with the default security group. I don't do anything. Generally, it has launched T3 micro, no? If you want T2 micro, you can select whichever you want. T2 micro. Remove this and then select T2 micro. Click on next. Basic. I don't do this. Keep it everything default. Okay. And click on next. If you want to push the logs, you can push to the CloudWatch logs there. Okay. And then go ahead and click on submit. So this environment is getting created, which is Python. So let's wait until it is up and running. And guys, online guys, can you refresh the page? Is there any effect on your URL? Refresh the page. Is there any effect on the URL? It's working, no? It's working. No effect, correct? It's working and no effect. Very good. Because I'm working on the new environment. I'm working on the new environment. Let's see now. Let's wait. Sir, if you want to deploy version 2 on same application, we can deploy it. Yes, of course. Do you see on the top, upload and deploy? Bhavana, you can upload. If you have zip file with you, with latest version, upload and then click on deploy. It will go and deploy automatically. You're getting what I'm doing, right? Getting it? Yes, you can do it, Sampath. Need to configure that CI/CD. Guys, it is green now. Yes or no? Okay, it is green. It is green now. So now, customers, you guys are all my customers now. It is very good real example now, right? Everyone are able to access my URL. You're all customers now, guys, online people. So now, within a blink of eye, you should be able to see okay, this is in blue color, no? Python will be on the green color. The color will change. How do I do the update now? What should I do? Swap URLs. Should we go and swap it? Okay. So how do you do? Go to application level. So go inside it. And in actions, it's not there here. Go inside your Tomcat. And in actions, swap environment domain. Do you see this? From where to where you need to swap? From Tomcat to Python. So click on swap. From Tomcat, you are swapping it to Python. And then just click on swap. Guys, the swapping is now going on. Everyone see it here. The swapping is going on. So if I go to environments, so Python, do you see it says swapping completed? Everyone, do you see swapping completed now? And now refresh that. Guys, the link should not change. And now refresh it. Everyone, customers. You should see green color. Do you see green color? Color is changed. Right? Everyone, correct? So do you see any downtime now? This is the realistic scenario that I have taken now. So everyone are my customers here. They are now able to see the new application completely. And that too completely Python, different application, different platform. And there is no downtime. You all understand? Guys, experienced people, isn't it awesome? Right? You all understood? Clear? Super. So this is how you will be doing on the Beanstalk. So guys, on the Beanstalk, let me give you couple of 5 minutes. Okay. Let me go the actions and see. If you go here to actions on the application level, you can create environment, delete application, you can do restore. If you go inside it, and here also you can create environments, delete application, restore, terminated. Go inside the environment and you see all the options here. Actions. Do you see load configuration? In real time, guys, you are handling the Beanstalk. Assume you are handling the Beanstalk. Beanstalk is all about configurations, correct? Beanstalk is all about configurations. Someone changed some configuration. Someone has changed the configuration. Will your Beanstalk will work? Your Beanstalk is not working now because someone has changed the configuration. So if you are in that kind of situation, you can first save configuration. Do you see? Save configuration. Save meaning working condition. You are saving the configuration. See, I save it. Right? My working config. I am going and saving it. See, save. So you take it, guys. You take the working configuration, you save it. Okay. And now just in case someone has changed the configuration and it stopped working, what you can do? Can you load your saved configuration? Yes. Go and click on load configuration, and whatever the configuration you have saved, select it and then load. Load. Aim. Shoot. So you just click on load and your application will start working. See? So that is called here load. And what options we have? Swap, we just did. What is clone? Same environment if you want to copy of it. Same environment, you want to copy of another environment. So same environment you want to copy, one more copy, click on clone environment. Restart app servers. Restart app servers meaning this Beanstalk has launched the EC2 instance in the backend. Will you go and manage the EC2 instance? No, you should not do it. Will you go and stop and start the EC2 instance? If you stop and start EC2 instance by yourself, this Beanstalk will think, there is something problem with the EC2. So you should not be doing it. You should tell Beanstalk to go. Let's say, for example, there is a case that you need to go and stop and you need to restart the server. Will you go and restart it manually? Come here to the Beanstalk and do restart app servers. Beanstalk will restart. Okay. And then here is a rebuild environment. A rebuild meaning, let's say you have some problems with the environment. If you click on rebuild, what will happen is all the existing EC2 instances will be deleted and then it will create a new environment completely. Rebuild. Terminate meaning delete your environment. And can you restore your terminated environments? Restore. And you don't want to do blue-green deployment. Okay. You don't want to do blue-green deployment. Can you go and upload and deploy directly here? You have your application, Python application working, and you want to update to version 2. Click on upload and select the zip file. What you have, select a zip file that you have developed and click on deploy. Simple. As you have only one EC2 instance, it will not, by default, it is all at once. If you have load balancer concept, it will ask rolling with additional object, immutable. There will be a drop down will come here. You select it and then click on deploy. Automatically Beanstalk will go and deploy it. And for your guys here, anytime you can go on the left side, do you see configurations? Anytime you can go and change the configurations. The configuration that we have done while creating the environment, whatever the configurations you have, anytime you can go and change the configurations. Yes, you can. You can. Do you see this here? Gopi, somewhere it will be there. This is monitoring, no? Environment type single instance. Do you see this? You click on edit and then change this single instance to load balancer and give how many minimum maximum that you want and click on apply. And that will be changed to your high availability preset. Events you can see, health you can see here, monitor you can do, alarms you can create, all options normal. So can you change the environment configurations if you want? Yes, on the left side, you can go and change the environments. Chitty, will you able to do this practical? Simple, no? Any questions? So your task will be like this. Okay. See here, guys. Are developers, are you interested to see the Tomcat application that AWS has took as a sample? Go to Google and just type AWS Beanstalk sample application. Guys, developers especially, take this zip file and do the modification and try to deploy it. Okay, do you see this here? Tomcat? Or download that zip file. You see the zip file? Download it. Open this. And do you see your JSP file? So developers, especially for you, this is how your Beanstalk application should look like. If you have a Java application, make sure that you have .eb extensions and your entire code should be here. So I want you guys, developers especially, I'm pasting this in the chat. Download Python, download Tomcat or Python, Node.js, Java, whichever the application, whichever the language that you preferred, and download it and modify the JavaScript and then upload it. Go with the blue-green deployment or go with the upload and deployment directly here. Here, you go to Python and then here upload and deploy. Do some small configuration changes. On your congratulations is there, no? So remove that congratulations and put some wordings so that you try to upload the version as a version 2. Is it clear, guys? Everyone? These are all bloody real time. So take the screenshot. Yes, only zip file should be updated, and that zip file should have everything. So once you're done with this, just go ahead and delete the environment and delete the application. Guys, if you delete the environment, can you restore it? Yes, but if you delete the application, will you restore it? No. So go ahead and then I'm deleting the. So if you delete this application, the whole environments will also get deleted. Simple and nice, no? Very automatic. Yes or no? You need to get the zip file from the developers. That's it. Rest everything you can do it. Any questions? Oh, take the screenshots. You like LST Beanstalk? Very good. Let me know once you're done with the screenshots. That's why I said you just give the zip file to Beanstalk. Everything will be done by the Beanstalk. It will give the URL. That's what I was saying. Beanstalk will take only the zip file, zip extensions. Take the next. Next. Task is already got posted in, obviously, yes, Alibai, correct. Developers will give the zip file to us. Okay. Super. Can you give me the final CC for today, please? On Beanstalk. CC with smile. Thank you. Excellent. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the next topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and good night. See you tomorrow.